Does the dealership require a down payment? And if so, are they pocketing the cash? My name's Bill. I'm a car buying expert and I love saving you money at the dealership. Today, we're going to get into that question and a few others. Stay tuned. You don't need a down payment. The dealership doesn't require anything. The dealership is sending your information out to banks, and the banks are the ones that are going to require a down payment. The dealership is always going to ask you if you have a down payment because they need to get that information before they send it to the bank to give you your best shot of getting approved. Now, if you have excellent credit, you can usually get a vehicle with no down payment. But if you don't put down payment, it might increase your interest rate, even if you get approved. It's all dependent on the collateral, your credit, your debt to income. There's a lot more variables than just the dealership trying to steal your cash. We have to consider that the bank probably doesn't think whatever you're buying at the dealership is worth what you're paying. If the dealership is asking this much, the bank probably thinks it's worth this much. Then you add taxes and you add fees. If you don't put a down payment on that, you're going to be above the loan to value, what the bank thinks it's worth. We want to get below that amount and we have a much better chance of getting approved with no down payment. Let's say that you found a vehicle and the out the door price was $20,000 and you wanted to put $5,000 down. The dealership will be taking your $5,000, but you're only going to be financing $15,000 then. That's the bank giving you a loan for the difference from your down payment. If you saw my last video on down payments, then you already know that you can become a victim of a dealership if you tell them too early how big your down payment is and you haven't seen final numbers. That's a rare, isolated event that you shouldn't really be worried about because most people have the good sense to know when they're being ripped off. If you're still leery and feel like the dealership is trying to rip you off with your down payment, then feel free to go to your own bank or your own credit union, bring them a purchase order from the dealership, and they'll tell you whether or not you need a down payment just as easy. As most of you know, I don't trust the dealerships as far as I can throw them, but I want to put this one to rest. The dealership does not steal your down payment.